And JT, what an active scene going on. When we first got here, there were flames coming out of the roof of this home. You can see they're up there again, flames just shooting out of this 3-story home. You can see where it's spread a little bit to that other house, and firefighters have been running in and out of this building all morning long. This has been going on for a little more than an hour now, just burning profusely through this home and into one of the neighbors' homes. Now, it does appear that everyone was able to get out. However, we know that 3 people were hurt, possibly some kind of smoke inhalation. To that extent, we don't know their condition at this point, but you can see firefighters are still trying to figure out the best way to get this fire under control. I want to take you over here just so you can see some of what is going on. If I can have my photographer come over here for a minute just to show you what is going on over here. You can see a lot of firefighters over here trying to figure out the best plan. These guys have been going in and out. They keep having to change their oxygen tanks. There's a lot of smoke coming out of this building, and they've been trying to deal with that. A few moments ago, we heard a really loud crash coming from out of the building, and you can see back up at the top where the firefighters are. There's a little light. I don't know if we can pan into that a little bit, but there is a firefighter up there in the little cage from the truck. He's trying to get this fire under control, as is everyone else at this scene, but once again, it does appear that everyone was able to get out of the building. We are, of course, going to keep you posted on what is going on out here, and we will keep you posted as soon as any new information becomes available. We do know 3 people were hurt. Their conditions still unknown at this point. Not sure what caused this fire either. That is the latest from here. I'm Katie Lossell. Let's send it back to you in the studio, JT. And JT, that fire continues to grow. If you take a look up over here, you can see where there are still flames, and we know that 5 people are hurt now. We do not believe that their injuries are too serious, but we do know 5 people hurt. The exact extent of their injuries still unclear, but you can see those flames right on the 2nd floor continuing to keep growing. They have been huge at points. They're a little bit small right now, but they do continue to grow. I spoke to a couple of firefighters before, and they told me they were going to be putting up a 2nd line. So that will be a 2nd ladder going up into this building. They're trying to get it under control. What it looks like to us from here on the ground is that they started in this home that you're seeing right here where those flames are and spread over to that 2nd home. We know that everyone on this block has been evacuated, and you can see water just coming off of this building. Firefighters are here. They are trying to figure out how to get this thing under control. Now, we've been here for more than an hour, so crews have been working tirelessly. We've seen them coming in and out. They've had to change their oxygen tanks. I know one firefighter just came over to EMS crews and said, I need some help. He had a huge gash on his arm. So this has been a very difficult fire for these firefighters to fight and try to get under control. But once again, 5 people believed to be hurt here, and crews working tirelessly to try and get it under control. Of course, we will keep you posted. That is the latest from here on Glenwood Road. I'm Katie Lossell. Let's send it back to you in the studio. And JT, we now know that 5 people were injured, 3 of them children. They are all taken to Maimonides Hospital where they are being treated for minor injuries, not life-threatening injuries. But I want to give you a look at what's going on out here. If you take a look over here, you can see tons of firefighters out here, and they have been out here trying to get this fire out. I don't know if you can see past the fire truck at this point because they did just bring one of the ladders back, but they had 2 ladders up to this at one point because the flames were just shooting out of this home. I want you to take a look at some video from earlier where you can see those flames. They were incredibly intense, shooting out of the roof. They spread to the neighboring home. So that home was also on fire. So 2 homes at one point were on fire here. Another home does have some smoke and water damage. There could be more damage that we are not aware of at this point, but obviously everything is still under investigation. We're also learning more about the family who lives inside. They did not want to speak to me on camera, but we're told that they have a newborn baby, just 2 months old. We spoke to one neighbor who says she's just devastated by what has been going on here this morning. Now, this is all still under investigation, obviously, here at the scene, but there is one woman who lives around the corner. She says that she's concerned this might be a trend. She says her home caught on fire as well, and it was the same situation. She believes it also caught on fire on the porch, so that is something I'm sure the fire department will be looking into, and we are expecting to hear from them at any moment. That is the latest from here in Midwood. I'm Katie Lossell. Let's send it back to you in the studio. Well, along with those residents hurt, there were several firefighters hurt as well, but they are all expected to be okay, taken to the hospital to be treated for minor injuries. Now, what the focus is to figure out what caused this fire. I'll step out of the way so you can take a look. You can see the FDNY, the arson squad, and the NYPD are all on scene trying to figure out what started this fire. And from here, the fire department says they'll be looking through paperwork from that other fire to see if there is some kind of connection. On a side note, the neighbor tells me it was actually the family dog that woke this family up and was able to alert them so they could get out of the home. She told me that it was just a group effort out here, everyone trying to help each other. That is the latest from here. I'm Katie Lussell. Let's send it back to you in the studio. And Jessica, you can see we've been pushed back. This fire crime scene tape up now, keeping us away from the home as investigators continue to try to figure out what happened here. Now they're focused in on the porch in front of the house where they believe this started as they try to figure out what or who started this fire. And the fire commissioner telling us that from here they're going to be looking through files and looking through all that old paperwork from that fire back in March to try and see if there is a connection here. That is the latest from here on Glenwood Road. I'm Katie Lussell. Let's send it back to you in the studio.